Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with our main topic today. We're discussing today tourism in Egypt and the most suitable time for tourism in Egypt, and what are the preparations that the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and the whole state have taken in order to put a suitable program for the coming important season. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with our dear guest, Mr. Yehia Abdul, Qader, tourism expert. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Samar. How are you?
How are you, sir? Well, Mr. Abdul Qader, now critics says and experts in tourism says that the main season or the high season in Egypt is from October until April. Which is the high season here in Egypt, that you can avoid the hot weather of August. What's your comment on this?
Well, this is quite true because, like tourism in Egypt has been classified as a winter resort since, like the Grand Tour, where visitors would like to come, like since the 18th century, on steamers and the cruises from Europe and spend the whole winter in Egypt and the fall, and then they go back to Europe. So it's classified as that. So really, inshallah, we'll be having a good season, like starting from September until May and June of next year.
Yes, Mr. Abdul Qader, now the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities have established or launched a promotional campaign for the upcoming special winter season. So give us an idea about the most prominent features of this promotion.
Well, really, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities has been following a solid strategy for promotion and development of tourism destinations in Egypt, like nationwide. So the campaign will be launched, inshallah, shortly at the beginning of September, and it's going to be targeting the Americas, North America, South America, major destinations and generating markets in Europe, Germany, France, UK, Spain, and Italy, and the rest of Europe as well. And then the Asia market is very integral part for tourism promotion, so they will be targeting China, India, Russia, and the rest of Asia. And then we move to the GCC country, like the Gulf Cooperation Council, which is 7, nations that have an excellent, GDP. So this is the plan and the promotional targets for next year, inshallah.
Yes, Mr. Abdul Qader, also, in your opinion, what is the role of the tourism festivals and the events that are being taking place and organized by the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, the importance of these events in boosting tourism in Egypt?
Well, really, like the whole Egyptian administration and government, like the Ministry of Culture, Tourism, Antiquities, and lots of other, associated departments as well. They've been working together to present, like we had a very excellent summer, festivals in New Alamein, and then we're going to start Al-Qala, musical, entertainment, and
yes, the 31st.
As well.
Yes, the 31st Citadel Festival is about to start.
Launch, exactly, and then we have the Opera House, the Institute for Arabic and Oriental Music. So really we had an excellent season this year along Alexandria and even extending till Marsa Matruh. So nationwide, and for example, in next month, Sharm el-Sheikh will be hosting for the first time the Tour de France, which is, the cycling international famous, Equipe of France and other European. They will be, racing and competing in Sharm el-Sheikh. So this is a great promotion for sports, tourism, as well as, culture, entertainment, and musicals and heritage in Egypt.
Yes, also the idea of making promotion and launching pages on the social media in order to attract tourism in Egypt. The importance of this, because the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities have launched several pages with several languages targeting several countries around the world to attract tourists to Egypt. What's your comment on it? Yes.
Of course, this is a very solid policy because it has, it has like an excellent feedback. When we had, like around the clock, we have celebrities, movie stars, athletes, like coaches worldwide, celebrities. They've been, like around coming on their special planes and flights, visiting pyramids, Saqqara, and going up to Luxor and Aswan. Some of them go to the Red Sea for diving and aquatics. So this policy really has been beneficial, and as well as the tourism promotion department, they've been targeting the Bundesliga, like the German Football Association Federation, like competition, as well as the Premier League, as well in the UK. So really are moving along many targets to support, sports, culture, heritage, entertainment, business, events, incentive. So that's why we have an 100% increase in the number of international inflows, and as well as in the revenues, inshallah, for this year, 2023.
Yes. So what are the most touristic sites that you think should be the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities should focus in or give more importance in order to promote for the winter season of tourism in Egypt?
Actually, they've been showcasing in the upcoming campaigns that's going to be displayed shortly as early September, like cruising the Nile, all the way from Cairo, going up, like Middle Egypt and Luxor and Aswan, and beyond the dam, like the Abu Simbel and the Lake Nasser, as well as, like highlighting, like the Red Sea resorts, like all the way from Dahab, Tab, and Weba, all the way to Marsa Alam, when we have the aquatics, with the diving, the snorkeling. So this is going to be targeting and attracting millions of visitors, inshallah, because there are visitors who love to go through the culture and heritage of the Nile, and others, like who come from Asia and Europe, and they love to go for the aquatics and resorts and beaches of Egypt, and remarkably at Al Hashish, Qader, Marsa Alam, and El Gona beaches as well.
Yes, Mr. Abdul Qader, Egypt have attracted a large number of tourists this year in the year 2023, and in the first half of the year, more than 7 million of tourists have 7 millions have visited Egypt, and we're expecting more. By the end of the year, Egypt would have received more than 15 million tourists for the year 2023. What would you say about this?
Well, of course, we have fully, inshallah, that we exceed, like the 15, 16 million, because, like of the excellent planning of the ministry, the tour operators. Egypt Air, like has been covering lots of destinations and territory, like worldwide. We have the economy and affordable budget airlines, like flying from Europe to Egypt. They may bring to Sphinx Airport like 50 flights per week, as well as to Marsa Alam and Qader and Sharm el-Sheikh and Luxor, of course. So really you will be having an excellent season due to the collective strategy and policy of the tour operators, of the hotel chains, of the airlines, and the Ministry of Tourism, and the training, like of the staff of hospitality to cater for these services. The tour guides professionally do an excellent job in it.
Yes, I would like to ask you, Mr. Abdul Qader, does Egypt have a number of rooms and hotels to receive millions and millions of tourists? Egypt is planning, because Egypt is planning to receive 30 millions every year.
Exactly, we need like an extra 150,000 rooms, and that's why currently we had new developments in Alamein. We're having Mugamma Tahrir, like it's the sovereign fund.
It turned to a hotel?
This train is switching to a luxury hotel of 500 rooms. Hilton International is opening a new property in Ma'ari. And even, like on the Red Sea, like beaches all the way from Sharm el-Sheikh to Marsa Alam, there is new development. That's why you are building up. And some of the projects that has been, like under restoration, Great Shepherd's Hotel and the Old Meridian, all are going to be restored and in business soon, inshallah.
Yes, Mr. Abdul Qader, the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, Dr. Ahmed Isa, have held a meeting in order to make sure about or to ensure the quality of all services that are provided to tourists within the framework of the ministry's plan or program, putting a special program for the coming season, tourism season. So give us an idea about the importance of this follow-up.
Really, the Ministry of Tourism has its own team of quality assurance, and they follow up, like on most of the Egyptian destinations, like the great metropolis like Cairo, Alexandria, like Luxor, Aswan, Mansoura, all these locations, and of course the resort areas extend from Taba all the way to Marsa Alam and Halaib, and then they follow up on the cruise lines as well. And to make sure, like the hotels, the restaurants, like the convention centers and incentive programs, they are all, like certified and up to the international standards. So that's why you are getting more visitors to Egypt. And the Tour Guides Association, they hold, like continuous training workshops and sessions. So really, and we have at least like 30 hotel schools, like government and private. And then we have the technical programs as well that has been, like supported by international, like the European Union, like the USAID, like the German and Japanese embassies. So all this has been working up to upgrade the skills of the staff and provide an excellent service.
Yes, because of the campaign, we know that Egypt is attracting countries like Germany, Italy, Russia, Britain, United States, Poland, Czech Republic, China, and Spain. So give us an idea about these. Also, China. Yes, I've mentioned China. Yes, give us an idea about these countries, please.
So really, this is some of the major, like generating travel markets to Egypt. And they've been, visited and approached by the department and the Egyptian Tourism Promotion Authority. They have, road shows, they have exhibitions, and they join, like the international travel shows, like the ITB, the WTM, the Arab Travel Market annually held in Dubai. So, like the Egyptian Tourism Authority, they meet them and they convene with them. And that's why you're having a growing number of visitors, generated from these destinations.
Yes. Also, we would like to speak about the diversity of tourism, which is has different types of tourism. The importance of this, please.
Well, really, this is very essential because, like we do the classic tourism, the heritage one, the archaeological one, the antiquities, both, like culture and, like adventure, the safaris. Then we have adventure tours as well. And we have seen the entertainment, like the summer displays and showcases, like in New Alamein. It was very attractive and it received, great accolade worldwide, like the media. And inshallah, we'll be having, more, robust seasons, for the upcoming years. So we had a very diversified product this year. This is the cooperation of the Ministry of Culture, Tourism, Antiquities, and other departments as well. So inshallah, we look forward in up year, in 24, that we reach, 25 million visitors, inshallah.
Yes. Also, concerning we spoke about the type of tourism. Also, the good thing about Egypt that it attracts tourists from all ages. So this is a very important point that we would like also to shed light on.
Yeah, we have the senior citizens who love, to go cruising the Nile. We have the young, men and women who like to go for the aquatics and activities, adventure tours, like parasailing, deep diving, snorkeling, all of the aquatics, they love to do. And we have, the average visitors, who like to visit like museum, culture, shopping, gastronomy, tourism. Some of them they like to go to the oasis, like Siwa and the New Valley. They have an excellent location that Europeans that who love like eco-lodge and ecotourism, they like to visit and spend long times and probably come like on an annual basis. So thank God we have a diversity of attractions that we can, like offer to the whole world. That's why we expect a more international tourism inflows in the coming years, inshallah.
Yes, so Mr. Abdul Qader, also give us an idea about the online booking platform that are established by the Ministry of Tourism. Also, its importance also in giving some facilitations for the tourists to come to Egypt and providing them easily with the visa.
Yeah, I mean, probably like the whole worldwide, like they can arrive to Egypt and, and get a tourist visa on arrival, just paying for the fees without, discrimination. So this has been made it so accessible to Egypt, and that increased and doubled the number of visitors. We have the hotel facilities, that from US hostels up to the luxury grades and classifies and ranking. So we are providing, an excellent mix of services, with rich and affluent up to the affordable and budget. That's why we can meet visitors, young men, the backpackers who like to go to, B&B hotels and youth hostels. I met a lot of them, in downtown Cairo, and they like to arrange and plan their own tours. So independent travelers as well. So really that we have, a growing number, and the campaigns, conducted by the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and the exhibitions. For example, we had an exhibition of Ramesses, in Paris. It's moving to Australia for around 6 months, So this is a great attractions and the promotions for Egyptian tourism and ethics.
Yes, so Mr. Abdul Qader, also as we speak, most of the companies provide offers to attract the tourists to Egypt. We would like now to know what are the most important places and antiquities that the tourists would prefer to visit.
Well, actually, I have visitors and friends and delegations. When they come to Cairo, they love to go to the Cairo Museum, the old one that's over 100 years old. And then they love to go to the pyramids and Saqqara. And then they move to the Al-Fustat Museum for Civilization. And they love to go to Old Cairo, like the Islamic one, and visit the Coptic Museum and Islamic museums. And then after that, they love to fly to Luxor and Aswan to visit, the
Karnak Museum,
culture, yes. And then they spend about a week or 10 days.
Yes, yes. Also, there are several museums and there are several antiquities in several governorates. Do you think that they attract tourists to Egypt? Or they are preferred to be visited by the local tourism, domestic?
Well, of course, like in Fayoum, in Minya, Sohag, Asud. But I visited, in Minya in 2018, and the museum is not open yet. So this is one thing the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities have to work on. That each museum in each governorate in Egypt should be operated and open to the public.
Yes, there are several museums that has been opened in several, and it's very good that it's distributed on all the governorates. Every governorate has a museum. Everywhere in Kafr al-Sheikh, in even Port Said, there is a museum there. Also, not only the inauguration of new museums, but also the restoration and renovation work that took place concerning the old museums. What can you say about this, please?
Well, of course, this is a great, step by the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. We have the Kafr Sheikh Museum. We have the Sham Sheikh. We have a private government, owned and operated in Hagara. This is the first one. And, we have museums nationwide. But as I mentioned, many are not open, as well as in Rosetta. So this is, we are losing, visitors. We are losing, revenues, revenue generation. So this is the ministry have to work, on Rashid, because it has many cultural and heritage houses should be open to local and international visitors and the Armenians. We need to have a map, the museums, and make sure that they are, operated and open to the public, because this is something we shouldn't ignore, Yes?
Yes. So, Mr. Abdul Qader, also the kind of tourism concerning the beach tourism going to Sharm el-Sheikh and Hurghada. Recently, Hurghada, every day we hear that Hurghada is receiving in 2 or 3 days more than 15,000, for example, more than 15,000 tourists coming to Hurghada. So give us an idea about this, please.
Well, for example, Hurghada and the Red Sea, resorts and beaches has been classified by, Russian visitors, it's like their top, location that they like to visit. And then, Turkey and Thailand and Dubai came after that. So it's selected and chosen, a resort by international travelers. The Germans love to go there. Russians as well, most of Europeans. They love Hurghada because, of the facilities and attractions it represents, the fishing, the boats, the coral reefs, the diving, the adventure, the island, and all the way to Marsa Alam as well. It's very beautiful and pristine as well. The waters and the facilities offered over there is on international scale.
Yes.
So really, we are getting more visitors to this location, and we expect an excellent season next year, inshallah.
I thank you very much for your time, and also thank you for your valuable information, sir. Mr. Yehia Abdul Qader, tourism expert. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and I'm going to be back with you.
The book of the day and the book of the night.